everybody, Tina here with Loving Life's Little Blessings, and this is going to be a Stampin' Up Friday post, and I'm going to be working with this stamp set, and this is a retired stamp set. It is, you'll only be able to get it through the end of May. But I really love it, and I decided that I would try to make a card using the other thing is I'm going to be using a water pen. This is called Aqua Pen, and it has water in the bottom of it, and then it has like a brush, and I'm going to be using that, and then I'm going to be using this flower punch, and we're going to be using Pear Pizzazz. So I'm going to start with some very vanilla paper, and I'm actually going to be making a set of 4 cards. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of these steps for all of these cards while I'm on camera with you guys, because this is what I do. I'm going to be making 6. So I'm going to cut all my pieces as I'm going so that it'll be real simple to just assemble the cards. That's a great way to mass produce your cards. Alright, so I have a standard 5.5 by 4 1/4, and I'm just going to fold that in half, and this is very vanilla paper. That's often what I use for my card base. And then I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to corner around all the corners on my card. Alright, so I'm going to set that aside because next I'm going to need some 4x4 of black cardstock. And this might be perfect already. Almost. So now I'm actually gonna need 5 of these because I've already done 1 card. You guys know that I do a test card to make sure that I'm gonna like it. So I've already done 1 card. I really like the way it came out, and so I'm gonna make 5 more cards. So I'm gonna need 5 of each of all of these steps. Alright, and then I have this green, and it's just a random piece of green that I had, and I'm going to cut this at 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch squares, and I'm going to need 5 of those as well. Alright, so now I have these pieces. We'll set all my other pieces aside and we'll just work on 1 card. Okay, so I'm also going to corner around these pieces. Okay, so these are corner rounded, and they are actually going to get layered. I'm looking for my adhesive. There it is. So they're going to be layered just like this. And then I have some black ribbon right here, and it's just black ribbon with white stitching. And what I want to do is I want to put this right on the bottom here with a bow at the bottom of this. So then the very next thing I'm going to do, let's set that piece aside, and then I have this punch. Now originally I wanted to do a scalloped circle, but I don't have any scalloped circle punches yet, and I just really didn't want to get my Cricut out. And so I tried this and it worked. So I'm actually going to need 5 of these. I'm going to punch 5 out. Okay, so now we have 1. So then the next thing I'm going to do is I have this punch, and it's a Creative Memories punch. And I was kind of excited because I looked at my measurements on my Creative Memory circle punches, and they are exactly a 1/4 inch different than the Stampin' Up circle punches. Like this is a 1.5 inch, and then Stampin' Up has a 1 3/8 inch circle. And so I was really excited because I'm planning on getting the circle punches from Stampin' Up, and they're exactly a 1/4 inch in between all my other circle punches, and so I thought it'd be really fun for layering. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to punch out, I need 5 of these. And that is in Very Vanilla cardstock, so it just matches. And so now let's punch. I mean, let's stamp. Not let's punch, let's stamp. Okay, so I have this little frog. He's a cute little guy. And what I'm going to do is I have some Pear Pizzazz ink, and this color is retiring at the end of the month. We have new ink colors coming out in June. And so this little Pear Pizzazz color will be retiring. It's a fun green for summer. So I've just inked him up and I've stamped him right in the middle there. And now what I'm going to do is this fun watercoloring technique. And I'm going to take my stamp pad, I'm going to close it, and I'm just going to pinch it together. Okay? So when I open it, I've got a little bit of ink up there. Now I have a dry paper towel that I'm setting right here, and I'm going to take this aqua pen, and when you squeeze it, the water will come out through the brush. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to dry off my brush because I don't want it to be too wet. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this ink right in here, and I'm going to color in my frog. There's my little frog. And the great thing about watercoloring is you don't have to be perfect. You don't have to stay inside the lines as much. The whole point of the technique, I think, is to look a little bit more, not messy, but just not as precise. So the other thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to grab my Pear Pizzazz my marker. And that's one thing that you guys know I love about Stampin' Up! Is I love being able to coordinate all of my colors. And so I just want to do some faux stitching right around this circle. So now that I've done that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this piece back in, and our flower that we punched, and I'm going to use some pop dots, some Stampin' Up! Dimensionals. I'm going to use 2 on this circle. And then we're going to pop up our circle right on this flower. And then I'm going to run some adhesive on the back of this flower that I punched out. And we're going to put it right in the middle here. Now I want my bow to be off-centered. I think I want my bow to be off-centered over here. So the great thing about doing that technique with your bow is you have the ability to move it around. So I'm trimming up the edge of my bow, and I'm just giving it a real flat edge. I can tell I need to trim this side up a little more too. So it's just a real tiny, tiny bow. Okay, so then I have my card base. And I'm going to run some adhesive on the back of this mat. And I'm going to put this right up top here. So you can see that my mat doesn't cover my card all the way. It leaves this little spot down here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of the sentiments from this stamp set, and it says hippity hop hoppity happy hello. So it's not really specific to, it's not a birthday or a congratulations. It's just kind of more open ended. And so then I'm going to take my Pear Pizzazz again. Actually, you know what? I think I was going to stamp it in Pear Pizzazz, but I think I'll just grab my black Stays On ink pad right here, and I think I'll stamp it in black. And I'm going to stamp it right here in the corner, just like that. So that is my card, and I'm going to put 4 more of these together very quickly because all my elements are already punched and cut. And it'll be super simple. So this is the card today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I'll have a list of all the products that I used on the bottom of this post. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you head on over to my blog to see the picture of the card. And then also I have some great promotional items going for the month of May right now if you're interested in purchasing Stampin' Up. So thanks guys for watching this Stampin' Up Friday video, and I will talk to you guys later.